Roger Federer. He's tall, rich, handsome, and bloody good at tennis. In fact, he's been ranked number 1 for 6 years out of his 24-year career, won 20 Grand Slam titles, and earned a total of $130 million in prize money, and that's not including his sponsors. So how does a young boy from Switzerland grow up to be one of the GOATs of tennis?
So why do they call you the GOAT?
What does it take to become a tennis pro? I'm going to spend the next 30 days thinking, eating, and training like Roger Federer.
This is delicious.
And at the end, I'll test my skills against a more experienced player to see if I have what it takes to become a tennis pro.
This one's for you, Roger. Hope you're watching.
There are lots of things to learn in tennis. Forehand, backhand, serve, volley, smash, and whatever this is. So day 1, I didn't want to waste any time and I immediately found myself a coach. Meet Andre, who in his prime was ranked number 7 in Portugal and 1,177 in the world. And he looks a bit like Nadal, so I think I was in pretty safe hands. We started off with forehand. This was my time to show Andre what he was working with.
So rotate with both hands.
Both hands
On the racket. Keep the left hand on the throat of the racket. You stretch your left hand out, swing through.
No, that makes sense. I guess you got to kind of load it.
Load first, exactly.
And then you're ready to fire.
And then you're ready.
This is called the unit turn, and it's an essential part of executing a powerful forehand by using our entire body to generate momentum when hitting the ball. I started practicing the unit turn, but it wasn't long before I was making more mistakes.
If you could change your grip a little bit more.
The next thing we fixed was my grip. On a tennis racket, there are 8 bevels, and the correct forehand grip for me, which is also the grip Roger Federer uses, is where the palm and forefinger line up with a 3rd bevel on the racket. This is known as an Eastern grip. Which feels odd because it feels like I'm just going to be hitting the ball like this because I'm used to holding the racket.
You're used to, exactly. Yeah.
But actually,
Yeah.
okay, I trust you. After Andre demonstrated his superior form, I attempted to showcase everything I had learned. And while I had improved a lot, my consistency was terrible. I was in for a tough journey. As cool as forehand is, I'm training like Roger Federer, and there is one particular movement which Roger is most famous for, the one-handed backhand. It's beautiful to watch as he glides through the air effortlessly. Comparing this to the more common two-handed backhand, gross and unflattering. So we got straight to work, showing Andre the mess that he had to clean up.
The main thing on your backhand, when having a one-handed backhand, you need a strong grip on your hands.
We immediately started fixing my grip. The one-handed backhand grip is where the knuckle and the palm line up with bevel 1, and is described as an Eastern backhand grip.
Right. So this is the one-handed backhand.
That's a very good grip.
It feels very foreign, I will say.
It's got to feel foreign, yeah.
Double hand is more consistent,
Yeah,
but the benefit of the single hand is maybe reaching further
Maybe
and
more
looking
power,
cooler. Which is very important in tennis.
I know.
My new grip was immediately helping, however, I was lacking power. So phase 2 of 4 was fixing my racket position.
So you were doing this. Have a look, Ben. See if you can get the racket to get that way.
All right, okay.
So strings to the back fence.
I feel like Rose in the Titanic.
I'm flying.
It's almost like my back is to the ball.
Your back to the ball. Exactly right.
Immediately from the first shot, even though it was a terrible shot,
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that felt like way more powerful with very little effort.
Phase 3 of 4 was getting my feet right.
You step back with your left foot and you roll. That's it. And now you step forward and you go. That's the way. Now that's the better one.
I was starting to feel like I was making progress. The final phase was to create topspin.
So the top spin can only happen if you can drop the racket there so you can go up. Yeah, that's it. Good. Yeah, exactly. Yay! Woo! That's a great shot, man.
It's incredible what can happen in just one training session, from changing the grip and the stance and the swing and changing everything really. It's amazing what you can do with just the right knowledge. It's not like I need to get stronger and fitter, I just need to know the right things. And people can beat themselves up a lot because they go, I'm not good, I need to get stronger, I'm not fit enough. And actually most of the time, it's just you need to have the knowledge.
The rest of the week, I just practiced my forehand and backhand, spending a lot of time hitting against the ball machine. I actually found that while my form was technically better, my accuracy and consistency had actually got worse, especially with my backhand. Now this is common when learning new skills. Proper hitting technique is hard to master. However, the ceiling for how good you can get is very high. As opposed to my basic hitting style before, it was easier for me, but it would limit how good I could be at tennis in the future.
Another day of tennis down. Just when you start to think you've got the handle on things, all of a sudden the next day your shots are terrible. It's pretty tough on the mind to just keep practicing. But I've got a match coming up soon, so I've got to keep training, keep the mental fortitude, and take home that W for the subscribers, for you guys.
But if I really wanted to live like Roger Federer, I had to eat like Roger Federer.
So you may be wondering, what does Roger Federer eat? Well, a typical breakfast, especially on a game day for Roger Federer, consists of waffles with fruit. We've got orange juice, coffee, and to finish it off with some apple cider vinegar. To not waste too much time, I actually prepared some waffle batter before. We'll just pop this.
Throughout the 30-day period, I also drank plenty of protein shakes and green juices courtesy of Transparent Labs. The reason people choose them over other brands is that they are super transparent about what they put in their products. They show you exactly what you're consuming and also how much of each ingredient. Other major brands aren't upfront like this, so you can end up spending a ton of money on products that are just full of fillers. I will not drink protein shakes unless they taste amazing. And Transparent Labs knocks it out of the park. They have the basics, but also some very unique flavors to keep it fun and interesting. Just like Roger Federer, I don't get enough greens in my diet, so their prebiotic greens mix is a lifesaver. No artificial sweeteners, colors, or preservatives. Stop guessing and start getting educated about what exactly is in your supplements. Head over to the website and use code BEN for 10% off your order, free shipping for orders over $99 in the USA.
Okay, our waffles are ready. I'm just gonna pack it on, and then we're just gonna glaze it like a jam donut. That looks beautiful, I'm excited to eat it. Well, with the orange, it's actually pretty straightforward. If you know how to handle it right, you can make it squirt. Ready? Oh, yeah, there we go. Fresh orange juice. No. It's time to chow down on the Roger Federer special. Look, I've got absolutely no complaints with this breakfast. I would have this breakfast every day. I'm gonna attack this apple cider vinegar. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that was absolutely disgusting.
I finished off my meal and met up with Andre to learn one of the most important tennis skills. The serve is a crucial part of any professional tennis player. It can be the difference between winning and losing a match. The best players can serve over 200 kilometers per hour. And as a tall guy with a long reach, I had a big advantage.
I'm just gonna serve how I would usually serve, and then I guess we'll see what I'm doing wrong and work out from there. And this is probably intimidating a lot of people at home right now.
All right, so the grip is I guess, one of the important things.
The correct grip for a serve, and the one that Roger Federer uses, is where the forefinger and palm line up with the second bevel on the racket, and is called a continental grip.
Another thing which is really important, of course, is the toss. What you want is the straight arm toss. You're not really throwing, just release it. That'll give you a consistent toss.
Andre was acting like a tosser, but I kept listening to his advice.
Exactly right. See, that's a very good technique for the top. That's probably too high, isn't it? It's very good.
Okay,
Not
yes.
bad, eh?
Getting somewhere, step at a time.
There's lots of wind-ups. Okay, so this is one wind-up where the hand goes up this way. We reach what we call the trophy position.
Right, right.
And what you're going to do, you're going to drop this racket here all the way, and you're going to go. The drops all happens together. Exactly. Let's see if you can do that with the ball. Good. That's good. That was really good.
Feels way easier
That was really
to get power out of it. Serves are getting better, forehands, backhands. There is a lot to learn, but I'm enjoying the process, making a lot of mistakes, but just gotta keep on training.
It was time for me to purchase my own tennis racket, and there was only one real choice for me, the Wilson Pro Staff 97. This is Roger Federer's very own racket. There's something special about playing with the same racket as one of your idols. It kind of makes you feel powerful and it gives you confidence on the court. This racket is designed for Roger's playing style. It's got a lot of control for coming up to the net and precision for hitting consistent one-handed backhands. For the rest of week 2, I practiced with the new racket. Everything was going really, really well until week 3 hit, and I started to feel the effects of overtraining. During training sessions, I started to feel intense pain in my elbow, especially after serving practice. And one word came to mind: tendinitis. It's where the tendons that attach muscle to bone get inflamed. For the rest of the week, I worked on my recovery. Cold showers, stretching, especially the muscles in the forearm and the bicep, and some visualization. I also worked on the most important skill of all, the walkover.
Right, today's a very important day because we're practicing walkovers. What are walkovers? I invented it. So in a tennis match between service points, each player has to serve on either side of the net. And the way they do it is they stop the game and they walk around the net like a Nancy boy and they go and serve from the other side. However, your boy is here to get that psychological advantage. And I'm gonna practice going directly over the net to psych out my opponent to show them who's the alpha in this match. Let's practice some walkovers.
By week 4, I started hitting again and I was feeling better. I only had 7 days left until my official tennis match, so I got to work. Forehands, backhands, serves, it was non-stop and I was loving it. And before I knew it, the week was gone and I was ready to put my skills to the test. My opponent was a fierce guy with the name of Matt. Ooh, Matt, so fierce. Some say he's the son of tennis legend Bjorn Borg. Whoever he was, he started off the match by kicking my ass. So we were playing first to 8 sets, and I was already down 3 sets to none. You see, Matt's been playing tennis for about a year, and his consistency was really showing. I wish I could tell you that suddenly I just started playing really well, and I came back strong to take the win. But I'm gonna cut to the chase. After 30 days of training like Roger Federer, I lost 8 straight sets. I completely failed. But why? I'd been training so hard and all of my skills had actually improved. But how come they didn't translate to a real tennis match? It's not fun losing, especially after I've been training so hard for 30 days. I think my biggest issue was that all my training was against a ball machine. However, in a match situation, it's just not how it works. I don't want to end this video on a low. I want to end it on a high. So I'm going to do another 30 days. I'm going to do 60 days total. Roger, if you're watching, this one's for you. So I got to work. Over the next 4 weeks, I started working more on my volleys, my footwork, decision making. I started playing more social tennis to get used to match conditions. I was actually falling in love with tennis. Until the man that had sparked my tennis journey in the very first place had made a huge announcement on social media.
To my tennis family and beyond. I am 41 years old. I've played more than 1,500 matches over 24 years, and now I must recognize when it is time to end my competitive career.
Roger was retiring. While it broke my heart, it also made me grateful to live in a time where tennis greats like Roger were dominating the scene. Roger had left a positive ripple effect on the entire world. He'd showed us that no matter who you are, if you believe in yourself, work hard, and you're patient, you too can own millions of dollars in cars and Okay, seriously. If you believe in yourself, you work hard, and you're patient, you too can accomplish amazing success and improve the lives of everyone around you. So thank you, Roger, for inspiring billions of people around the world. We love you, man. Day 60 had arrived, and I decided to reach out to a new opponent. I asked Andre to send me one of his best players, so he sent me his son.
All right, yep, go for it. A couple hits.
Simo is way beyond my skill level. He's been playing for years, and he's actually beaten my previous opponent Matt in every single match they've ever played. But I wanted to take on the challenge and really put my skills to the test. Simo kicked things off with an absolute steaming serve. I was honestly not used to heat like this. He was clearly a lot more experienced. He was moving around the court, coming up to the net to finish off the point. Ouch. I started to realize how hard this match was actually going to be. And even though I was actually returning a lot of the shots and I was staying somewhat consistent, especially with this shot where I hit it way back into the back corner, Simo at the end of the day was just able to return most of my shots and he would just finish me off every single time. Unfortunately, I lost the first set and the second set went even faster. Even though I was serving well, I was still making way too many mistakes. For set 3, Simo was on fire. His serving was absolute top notch, and to be honest, I had no idea how to fight this back. Set 4, I decided a sneak attack with this Kyrgios serve, but I was immediately punished for it. My serving had actually really improved, however my accuracy, and especially with my backhand, was what was letting me down. After totally psyching him out with my walkover, I immediately lost the next set. My serve was actually the only thing keeping me in the game. I felt like I was moving in the right way, however I just didn't know how to finish off the points. Coming up to the end of the match, this was a great example of how I would play 3 great shots and then out of nowhere hit an absolute stinker. It all came down to this. Look, I wasn't going to win the match. However, I could still win at least 1 set point. My serves were on fire, and before I knew it, it was 30-15. Could I hold on to my last chance at redemption? Yes! Simo had hit the ball wide, 40-15. This was my final chance. Yes! And the shot was long.
Yes! 60 days of tennis for 1 set point. That's what it takes, guys.
While I didn't take out the win, I think it's clear that I've improved a huge amount in just 60 days, and I actually plan to keep on playing tennis. Roger, I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Your legacy will always be remembered.